Cleotha Abston, previous public defender, withdrew from the case due to a conflict of interest. Abston could face the death penalty if convicted of first-degree murder, so under state law, he is allowed to have two attorneys. Abston is accused of killing kindergarten teacher and mother of two, Eliza Fletcher, last September. She was kidnapped while on her morning jog. Members of her family were in the courtroom this morning. Abston will be back in court September 15th.
Accused of kidnapping and killing Eliza Fletcher stood before a judge as they reset his court date.
But before that, we learned that DA Steve Mulroy is now seeking the death penalty in this case. Lakita Johnson is live from 201 Poplar with more. Lakita, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's exactly right. You know, the same week that this whole situation happened was the same week that Shelby County District Attorney Steve Mulroy stepped into his position. And since then, he's been extremely vocal about his stance on the death penalty and how he does not support it. But in this case, he says the law calls for it. And in this case, he justifies exactly why. Take a look.
The phrase heinous, atrocious, and cruel is a term of art that is in the statute. It is one of the listed statutory aggravating factors. You have to show at least one of those aggravating factors in order to get the death penalty. And what it refers to is a level of violence that goes above and beyond that necessary in order to cause the death.
Now, Henderson faces a list of charges relating to the Eliza Fletcher case, including first-degree murder, especially aggravated kidnapping, and tampering with evidence. Police say Fletcher was running on the University of Memphis's campus on September 2nd when she was forced into an SUV around 4 in the morning. Investigators found her body just 3 days later behind a vacant home. Now, Henderson is also facing separate charges of aggravated rape and kidnapping for Alicia Franklin, who says he sexually assaulted her. The results from the sexual assault kit determined Franklin linked Henderson to her case and was not entered into a national database until a few days after Fletcher's body was found. Now, as far as the death penalty is concerned, Mulroy says in general, it is not necessarily meant to be discouraging, but it is a policy that is applied in a discriminatory manner. He says the whole goal here is repayment. It is retribution, which he says, in his opinion, is the least important of the 4 pillars of justice. We also asked how the family has been doing all the way up until this point. He says that they are very understanding of the process and that they're here until the end. Take a look.
I speak for them, but I can tell you this, they're ready to see this through to the end.
And I also say I think they're interested in as quick a resolution as possible. They have no desire to drag this out. And so anything which can speed along the resolution of this case is something that I think they're in favor of, and our office as well.
Now, the judge says that if he could have it his way, that this would be tried by the end of the year. But of course, the investigations have to be complete and presented. Now, the next time that we should see Cleotha back in court is going to be on August the 4th. And of course, we will keep you guys updated both online and on air with the latest. For now, Memphis, I'm Lakita Johnson. Back to you.
A very big decision and a very big case. Lakita.
Man, we back with another crazy story out of Memphis. We gonna go over the case of the lady found murdered on the 1600 block of Victor Street in Memphis. Eliza Fletcher, the mom of 2, who was jogging at 4 a.m. in the morning, a regular routine run, got snatched up by this guy that was lurking already in the area. She just so happened to run right into him. He snatched up. Now, this the street view of 1600 block of Victor Street. Now, why would anyone run at 4 a.m. in the morning? This is where she was found at 2-3 days later. Now you see this street. Anybody that's not familiar with these type of neighborhoods to be around these neighborhoods at 4 a.m. in the morning. You know, it's just another crazy situation that lets you know we're in our last days. And anybody that's in a familiar area that you ain't supposed to be, anything can happen to you. You got real demons out here in neighborhoods like this. This where they raised up at. This all they know. So you think about it. This nothing but black people stay down this road. And when the lights go out, that's when all the demons come out. That's when all the demons come out. But like I said, this is another crazy situation that this go all the way back. The suspect was 16 when he caught his first kidnapping charge, allegedly now. He done 20 years mandatory. Man. So this a disease in him. This a straight disease. And he from around this area here. He from around this way. 1600 block of Victor Street. Just know where I be after 9. If you don't know nobody on this street, or you don't know nobody in this area, she was running not too far from this area. So it wasn't nothing but a couple of blocks, you know, to get on over on Victor Street. But like I said, we got real demons out here that's preying on people. You can't jog nowhere. Your best bet is to go to a gym, Planet Fitness or somebody. That's the best bet. Trying to jog and all of that, or you better go to a park in the daytime, in the morning, where it's a lot of people. You know, that's just another crazy situation to be running at 4 a.m. in the morning. You know, a teacher, unfamiliar area. That's when them dogs out there looking for licks. They looking for shit. Them real dogs, them real demons. But this how I go. That's why I say we're in our last days. You got real demons out here in this world. All they want to do is survive and prey on the weak. Prey on the people that's naive to all the violence that's going on in this world in 2023. It's just another crazy situation. But this stuff been going on. When the early 2000s came, that's when it changed. That's when everything changed. That's when you start hearing everything. Remember the 2022 movie theater shooting? That was really, you know, when I remembered of a massacre going on. And all this stuff going on nowadays is just coming back to back, back to back, back to back. Now in the years, it's going to be the same story over and over again. Women jogging, disappeared. But like I said, we're in our last days. People can't be naive to what's going on around them and how evil people can be. Allegedly, she was shot in the head after being strangled. And he didn't have no remorse. This is what he do. He was a predator. He was predator. He's a predator. That's what he was doing. He was lurking at 4 a.m. in the morning. He didn't lurk all night. He been up all night lurking, trying to find something. Boom, at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, he come up on something right before daylight. It was still dark outside on this street, around these streets. Still dark. But like I said, man, justice got served. They trying to get him the death penalty for this. But that's what he deserved because he a monster. But we in our last days, and there's monsters all around us. So just be careful and understand that this world is real wicked. That's why I keep saying we're in our last days. People got to be careful out here in this world. You're not safe to go nowhere anymore. The street, your neighborhood. Be naive if you want to. Sometimes, like I said, we can cost ourselves our own life for being naive, like killers not out there among us, like people who don't know you won't do you nothing, or who won't take your life, anything. You got to be careful of your surroundings. And like I said, this is what she did every day. She ran 8 miles. And she was running, it's the normal time she ran every morning. I don't understand how, she kept doing it. I don't understand how she was so comfortable running at 4 in the morning by herself. She didn't have nobody running with her. It was just her. Like I said, sometimes we can take our own selves to our grave. If you know people going to be shooting at a spot or going to be shooting somewhere, why would you go? I know it's vultures out there at 1, 2, 3, 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. Real gremlins. Some people out there who high on dope that don't care. That's ready to take your head off of anything you got in your pocket. And especially a woman at that time of the morning in Memphis. But like I said, let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. We're going to continue to see these type of stories in life. And like I said, you got to be careful on how you move, because sometimes you don't even know it. You can be killing your own self by the decisions that you make. And that's another crazy situation that we have to keep on our mind nowadays. You can help yourself to your grave and not even know it. But like I said, we glad justice has been served. And Buddy need to get the death penalty, because this don't make no sense. He got a history of kidnapping, history of, following women, history of all type of stuff. But his own uncle said he was 100% sure that he had did something to Liz Fletcher. And the neighbor said they was a crazy family. Their whole family is crazy, nuts pretty much. So they all convicted. They all uncles, and everybody from the top to the bottom is crazy. But like I said, when our last days, justice have been served. Prayers goes out to her family. And these stories just give us a reminder of how you need to move and what type of people out here among us every day. At the grocery store, at the gas station. You don't even know it. But let me know what y'all think about this crazy story. We out.